Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is Derek here from Simnett Nutrition, and I just had an amazing workout at the gym, and now I am home ready to refuel. So I usually do these what I eat in a day videos in like a vlog style and show you everything that I do in the day, but I want this one to be really concentrated and let's just focus on the food today. So let's get started. I'm gonna have a smoothie bowl today. You guys know that I love to refuel with lots of fruit, a bit of healthy fats, and some protein after a workout. So I'm gonna show you what I'm putting in this smoothie bowl today. So we have 1.5 cups of frozen blueberries, 2 tablespoons of ground flax, 3 pitted medjool dates. Here's a chunk of lemon peel from my lemon water in the morning. Might as well use that up. There's still lots of nutrition in this. Then there is 3 frozen bananas, 1 fresh banana. This is a beet from the garden. It's gonna give it a really nice deep color. And then we also have a whole bunch of greens. This is some arugula and then a bunch of parsley that I grabbed from the garden. And we'll fire all that into the blender. So this smoothie would be perfect as is. If you wanted to boost up the protein a bit, you could add some hemp seeds, but what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of protein powder from Vivo Life. This is the acai blueberry flavor in a blueberry smoothie bowl like this. It is unbelievable. It tastes like blueberry muffins. So no pressure from me. If you guys wanna try it, it's a reputable company, all vegan, everything's good. I've checked it out, Simnett Nutrition approved. And you guys can use my discount code Derek10 for 10% off. But again, no pressure. And then you do need some liquid to get it going, so I'm gonna use this almond milk that my girlfriend Crystal made the other day. It's unbelievable. If you guys want me to do a video on this, I could show you how to make almond milk. There's lots of tutorials out there, but I can definitely show you if you guys are curious. Comment down below. Look at that blender full of goodness. If you guys are still doing protein and water after your workouts, you are missing out on a whole bunch of recovery. So I just sprinkled some granola, some coconut chips on there, and then put a few blueberries on top just for the aesthetics and a few other things to chew. Alright guys, so it's early afternoon and I'm a little behind on my meals like I always am, but I'm gonna make a warm salad. So I don't really have much of a plan for this, but I know I have some tempeh that I'm gonna saute with some other veggies, and then I'm gonna fire it all on top of a bed of greens. So it's not gonna be a huge lunch because I will be having dinner in a few hours, and I like to eat a lot at dinner. So this will just be to tide me over until then and get lots of nutrients in to keep my energy up, my focus up for the rest of the work day. So I've been into tempeh quite a bit lately. It's a soy product, but it's different than tofu, where it's actually using like the whole bean itself. And what they've done is they've just fermented it. So they packed it into a block, they've added some bacteria, and then it ferments. And what that does is it makes the proteins a lot more bioavailable to us, so we can absorb them a lot easier. And it's also higher in fiber as well than regular tofu. So here's what we're working with, and it looks pretty gross, and if you get some black around the edges like that, it's totally normal, and it actually even says that on the package that it's totally fine if there is a bit of darkening around the edges. That's just part of the fermentation process. So this is a completely like raw block. There's no seasoning or anything on this, and I know a few of you guys, after I mentioned it in the previous video, you went out and got it and you were like, oh, this stuff doesn't taste very good. So yeah, you do have to season it. Something like a miso ginger dressing would be really good, something with like a lot of punch, but you can buy them where they're already seasoned, and this one here, they've added like a smoky flavor to it, and I don't have much of this left because I really enjoy it and I've eaten it all already. This one has been cut into strips, so it kind of like simulates bacon, and it actually tastes so much like bacon. So if you have a bacon lover in your family and they're like, oh, I could never go vegan, couldn't give up bacon, Get them to try this because it's unreal. Just raw like this, it is so good. So no association with this company at all, but it's called Light Life. It is an American made product, so I'm guessing that you guys in the States can get it there as well, but we definitely get it up here in Canada. We can find it in the Superstore. Probably just gonna finish this off. So good. So like I said, I'm gonna saute it with a bunch of other veggies, put it on top of a bed of greens. So here we go, let's chop up a bunch of veggies. All right, so this is everything I'm gonna chop up. We've got a bell pepper, some mushrooms, that tempeh. I'm not gonna use all this, probably just use half of it. I'm gonna shred the Brussels sprouts here. We've got a green onion I'm gonna throw in there as well, some cherry tomatoes, and then this is a big zucchini, but I'm only gonna use, you know, just a small chunk of it. So let's get this all chopped up. And cue the time lapse. And you know, I'm actually gonna leave these whole, because when you saute whole cherry mushrooms like that and they get like kind of cooked inside, they definitely like sweeten up. It's so nice. So we're all ready here. I'm gonna fire it in the frying pan. So you guys are often asking, like, how do you fry stuff without oil? And it's pretty simple, like, you just don't use oil. So yeah, some stuff will stick a little bit, but I mean, it's not gonna kill you, right? So you just fire a little bit of water in there as well, stir everything around. As long as you're using a preheated pan, it should work out just fine. So if you guys chop a lot of veggies, this is really handy. It's actually like a pastry scraper, I think they call it, and you can find them at, you know, any sort of kitchen utility store. You can buy them online, and they're super handy for scooping stuff up and getting into the frying pan. All right, so that's looking awesome. I better just get a big bowl of greens and then a few other fixins for the salad, and we're set. So I'm using arugula again. We just really like arugula around here. It's a super nutrient dense green, a little bit spicy, goes really nice with just about anything in my opinion. But if you want something a bit more mellow, spinach would work. If you wanted to just have, you know, mixed lettuce or greens or whatever, totally cool too. And then I'm just gonna put a few sauces on it. Usually I make my own salad dressing for something like this, but today I'm just gonna use some stuff that I already have because I know I have some delicious sauces around. And if you guys wanna see how to make sauces, check back in my old videos, and I do have a sauce making video as well. So I'm gonna put some salsa on the side of it. Also gonna have some hummus as well. And when I say some, I mean like, you know, a lot. And then I'll also fire some sprouts on there too. And if you guys want to grow your own sprouts, it's always better than buying, but it's nice and convenient to buy them sometimes, isn't it? So I always encourage you guys to make your own stuff from scratch. And you know, hummus is definitely one of those ones. Super, super easy to make, but this is a locally made one and it's so cheap. It's only like $4 for this container and you almost can't make it this cheap. So it's been really tempting for me to buy, and they make it so good. All natural ingredients, it's amazing. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot this too. I bought this today, and again, you can make it yourself. This is sauerkraut, and I'm actually gonna do a video. In my next few videos, I'm going to be making sauerkraut. So if you guys have ever wanted to know how to make it and you don't know how already, don't look it up, wait for my video. So I just realized there's not a ton of fat in this meal, so I'm gonna put on some hemp seeds just to bump up those essential fatty acids that we need. So that is a salad, if I've ever seen one. It's quite a bit bigger than I thought it was gonna be, but I better eat this so I have time to digest it before dinner. You really notice how dirty your house is when you start filming these vlogs. Anyways, time to do some more work. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna ask, why would I have sauerkraut? Sauerkraut is amazing at helping to improve our gut bacteria. So I'll do a lot more speaking about sauerkraut when I do the tutorial video on how to make it. But until then, just know that you should be incorporating it many times a week. Kimchi is really good as well. Alright guys, so I'm just filming a what I eat in a day video, and I would love to get a video question from one of you guys to include in there. So if you have any questions for me about nutrition, please ask away and I'll get you and it into the vlog. Let's see what we get.
Hey Derek, what's going on, man? I just gotta ask, what is your favorite workout to do other than pull-ups? Like, I know you do hill sprints and I know you do all that stuff, but I gotta know. Like, hands down, favorite other than pull-ups.
All right. I was hoping for a nutrition question, but I'll totally take this one because I know you guys love movement as much as me, because after all, the food that we eat is only the fuel, and it's what you do with it that matters. So what is my absolute favorite exercise other than pull-ups? Chin-ups? That wouldn't be a fair answer, would it? That's a really good question. I totally have it. Weighted dips. Weighted dips are my absolute favorite. It took me a while to work up to them, so I mean dips are definitely one of my favorites, but weighted dips as well. And then push-ups though. Push-ups are so good too. I love the basics. Those three: pull-ups, push-ups, dips. Put weight on them, don't put weight on them, whatever it is. The ABCs, those are my favorites. So that question was from Vegan Dad Fitness. Thanks so much for that. This guy is awesome. He's a superhero, man. He is a dad. He still works out all the time. He cooks whole food vegan meals for his family. Just a great dude. So thank you so much for the question. So I'm gonna finish eating this and I'll see you guys at dinner. All right, so it's dinner time already, I know, and I'm going to steam a bunch of carrots and a bunch of these yams as well. These purple yams are so beautiful. Wait until you see how nice the color of these are on the inside. Beautiful color, isn't it? Almost good enough for a sweatshirt. I sure laugh at my own jokes a lot, don't I? Hope you guys don't mind. It's kind of weird filming these things on my own and I can't hear you guys like laughing with me or at me, as long as you guys are laughing. And I'm sharing this with Crystal, so I'm actually gonna have one more yam, I think. Yeah, might as well cook them all up. All right, so I'll let that steam for probably about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll add the carrots, because I find if you add the carrots like at the same time as the sweet potatoes, the carrots just turn to mush, and it's nice if they have a little bit of consistency. So we'll give that 20 minutes or so. All right, so while that's steaming, I'm just gonna chop up a bunch of veggies. You guys should know the drill by now. A little cooked, a little raw, a lot of color. So yeah, basically we got the rainbow here, and I'm gonna chop it up. We got some purple cabbage. I absolutely love this stuff. If you guys are looking for a great value for like antioxidants and nutrients per dollar, you really can't beat purple cabbage. So I know you guys love them as much as me. Another quick chopping time lapse. All right, there we have it. It sure is fast when you can speed things up like that, isn't it? All right, so my girlfriend Crystal, she's just working right now, and she often makes herself a salad before she goes to work, but if I notice that she hasn't, I always cut up some extra veggies so she has something when she gets home. So this salad's for her. I'm gonna give her just over half of these because she loves her raw veggies. So we'll put that aside. All right, and there's my plate. Incredible. Just good whole foods. So I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh my God, that's so boring. You guys can't actually be happy eating that way. And you know what? We are happy eating this way. We absolutely love it. Your taste buds change when you start eating healthy. I am not joking with you guys. Like, the taste of overly salty things like chips that I just used to die for are actually way too strong for my taste buds now. And the same thing with oil. If I add a bunch of oil on my food, it is like not a nice mouthfeel at all for me. So we love eating this way. Usually I would spice this up a little bit more than this. Maybe put this in a sort of stir fry with some, you know, some spices or something like that. But today, because I don't have any avocado or any sort of fats on here, I'm gonna make a nice salad dressing with some tahini. So you guys probably know this by now, but I'll make a slight variation of it. So I'm just kind of winging it as we go here, but I'm gonna make that red pepper dressing that I often make, red pepper, tahini, a bit of date, and then I'm going to add red curry paste and a little bit of lemon for that tanginess instead of apple cider vinegar this time. So we'll just kind of play with the ratios as we go, because I've never made this one before. We'll see how it tastes. So a big scoop of tahini, We'll put in the peppers. We've got 1 pitted medjool date. And then just a bit of this red curry paste. I don't want it to be like totally overpowering, just a hint of it. And I know you're supposed to cook curry paste to get all the flavors out, but you know, sometimes I don't. Alright, it's good, but it's not the best. I would like it a bit sweeter and maybe a bit more flavor, so I'm gonna add some more spices to it. So 1 more date. So here I have some cumin. It's a common spice that's in Indian cooking. I think it is. Yes, it is. I'm gonna add that as well as a bit of sea salt. I think the salt will really wake it up. I forgot to add some of that. And because it's kind of thin, I'm actually gonna add some flax seeds, and the flax seeds will thicken up the dressing. So just a tablespoon like that'll do it. What an amazing food, hey? Friggin' love flax. Unreal. Man, so yeah, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. It's a nice thing about dressings is you can always just keep adding to them. So yeah, amazing. This will thicken up over a few minutes because as you guys know, flaxseed doesn't make something thick right away, but it does take a few minutes to thicken up. So I'll wait till that thickens and then I'll pour it over my dinner here and hopefully Crystal will be home soon and we can eat together. All right, so wow, not even English. All right, so while we're waiting for that salad dressing to thicken up, can we please just appreciate how beautiful these purple potatoes are? So there we have it, dinner's done. It looks amazing. I can't wait to eat it. So thank you guys so much for following me along today and watching what I eat. I hope it gave you guys some ideas and some inspiration to go and cook some whole foods yourself. It's really not that hard, I promise you guys, and it tastes amazing. And it will be so worth it in the end because you'll be healthier and happier because of it. So thank you guys so much for all the support and everything. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, if you guys want to see more videos like this. And definitely hit the like button if this has helped you out. Thank you so much, guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.